I'm 55 years old, married, with 3 children, and stage 4 lung cancer. I supported my family for 30 years. I was there every single day. My 9-year-old daughter still sneaks into my bed on weekend mornings. In 6 months, I won't be there for that anymore. My name is Daniel. I own a house, I paid for it, I supported my family. That word, support, was the foundation of my entire identity. I thought that was my job, keeping the lights on, making sure my kids had what they needed. I was good at it, what I wasn't good at. I'll get to that later. I have 6 months to live, maybe less. And that's not the hardest part. The hardest part is knowing that I brought this on myself. I knew it. I always knew it. Every package I opened, every morning I coughed and carried on. Every time my wife looked at me from across the kitchen, that look I knew. I simply decided day after day that knowing was enough. It isn't. I have stage 4 lung cancer. And I want to tell you something that most people in my situation never say out loud. But first, you need to understand who I was before that appointment, because that matters more than the diagnosis. My name is Daniel, husband, father of 3, 2 boys and a girl, 17, 14, and 9. 30 years in logistics. I own a house. I paid for it. I provided. That word, provided, I built my entire identity around it. I thought that was the job. Keep the lights on, make sure the kids had what they needed. I was good at it. What I wasn't good at, I'll come back to that. I started smoking at 19. No pressure, no rebellion, just boredom. A coworker offered me one during a break, and I took it because I had nothing else to do for 15 minutes. That's how it starts. Not dramatically. Just a slow, unremarkable beginning to something that takes 36 years to finish you. By 25, a pack a day. By 30, I wasn't even thinking about it anymore. It had become part of the structure of my day. Morning coffee, cigarette. Stressful call, cigarette, kids finally asleep. Cigarette. It wasn't escape. It was just rhythm. That's something people don't understand about long-term addiction. It doesn't always feel like losing control. Sometimes it just feels like routine. And routine is the hardest thing in the world to question. I tried to quit 4 times. Once, when my oldest was born. Once at my father-in-law's funeral. He died of emphysema, and I stood there and told myself this was the sign I needed. Each time I went back, and each time, the same excuse. I'll deal with this when things calm down, when work slows, when the kids are older, when I have time. I was waiting for a version of my life that was never coming. I think a lot of people are waiting for the same thing right now, and they don't know it yet. The cough started 2 years ago. I told myself it was the weather, then allergies, then stress. My wife didn't believe me. She'd stopped believing me about this years before. There's a specific look she has. Not angry, not even worried. Just tired. Tired of hoping I'd take it seriously. I'd see that look and change the subject. In October, I coughed up blood. I waited 2 weeks before making an appointment. 2 weeks! I already knew something was very wrong. And I waited, because I was more afraid of the answer than the problem. Stage 4, non-small cell lung cancer. The oncologist explained everything clearly. I heard pieces of it. I remember staring at the window behind her. There was a tree outside, just starting to lose its leaves. She said 6 months was realistic. I nodded like I was following along. I wasn't. I was thinking about my daughter. She's 9. She still crawls into our bed on weekend mornings. In 6 months, she'll be 9.5. I did the math I didn't want to do. I thought I'd feel terror walking out of there, grief, some kind of collapse. What I actually felt was quieter than that. And then, driving home, 3 blocks from the hospital, I stopped at a red light, and I realized I couldn't remember the last real conversation I'd had with my 14-year-old son. Not about school, not about his phone, an actual conversation. I sat at that red light long after it turned green. I couldn't find one. That was harder than the diagnosis. I still don't fully understand why, but it was. When I got home, I sat in the car in the driveway for 20 minutes. My wife came out. She knew from my face. She's always known things from my face. We sat in the car together, and I told her. She didn't cry immediately. She held my hand and asked, "What comes next?" That's who she is. Practical, even when she's falling apart. She cried later when she thought I was asleep. I was awake. I didn't say anything. I didn't know what to say. I still don't think I've said the right thing to her, and I'm not sure the right thing exists. Now, I need to tell you the thing that actually shifted everything. Most people assume this story is about smoking, about what cigarettes take from your body. And yes, they take everything, eventually. But the real thing I lost, the thing I can't get back, the thing no treatment touches, isn't my lungs. It's the years I spent present in my body, but absent from my life. I was there, at the dinner table, at the games, at the school events. But I was managing. I was executing the checklist of fatherhood and calling it presence. It wasn't. Providing is not the same as being present. Being in the room is not the same as being in the moment. I knew that somewhere, in the background. And I let 30 years pass without doing anything about it. The cigarettes were part of it. A pause button always within reach. But they weren't the whole problem. The whole problem was that I treated my life like a series of tasks to complete, rather than moments to inhabit. The cancer just made that impossible to ignore. What I've done differently in these months is not revolutionary. I quit smoking the day after the diagnosis. That was easy, which is almost funny. I started going to bed when my daughter does, lying next to her until she falls asleep, instead of going downstairs to watch TV. I started asking my sons questions I didn't already know the answers to. That sounds small. It was harder than anything I've done in 30 years of work. My 14-year-old Marco, he's into music production. I had no idea. He's been making tracks on his laptop for almost a year. I knew nothing about it because I never asked. Last week, I sat with him for 2 hours and listened to everything he'd made. I didn't understand most of it. He explained it to me anyway, that 2 hours. I'll carry it. My wife told me something recently. She said she missed me, even when I was there. She didn't say it to hurt me. She said it because we're finally in a place where we can say the true things. That sentence broke something open in me that I'm still sorting through. I'm not going to tell you I'm at peace. I don't know what that means. I have days where I feel light, even fine. And days where I sit in that car again and feel the weight of everything I can't undo. The regret isn't clean. It doesn't come with a lesson that makes it bearable. I regret the smoking, but more than that. I regret the years I spent believing that doing what I was supposed to do was the same as showing up. It's not. I can see that now. I couldn't see it before. I'm not sure I could have seen it without this. I always thought I had more time, not forever. I wasn't naive, just later, next year, a calmer version of my life where I'd finally have space to be the person I kept meaning to be. There is no later that arrives with its own clarity. The clarity was always available. I had just never stopped long enough to find it. If you knew, genuinely knew, you had 6 months left, what would you stop doing? Not what would you add? What would you stop? I think you already know the answer. The question is whether you'll wait until you have to face it.